Okay, for just a few minutes, let's talk about some of the differences in some of the screencasting applications. Thus far, I have shown you Screencastomatic, and I've been using Screencastify. So I've been using two of these screencasting programs in tandem so that I could use one to record the other. But let's talk about some of the options that are available. Quick search at Google brings us to Screencast Options. And what you will find is Camtasia, ScreenFlow, Screencastomatic, Screencastify, OBS, PowerSoft, and then there are some others. But the reality of all of these programs is each of them has advantages and disadvantages. So for example, OBS Studio is the studio or the screencast application that you're really going to use if you're live streaming. Live streaming options, features, integrations with Twitch, etc. That's where OBS Studio really comes into its own. On the other hand, you have full function screencasters like Camtasia. But let's talk about one of the biggest challenges with Camtasia. The biggest challenge with Camtasia, even though it's a very powerful editor, is its price. It's a one-time fee installed on two systems at $250. And then if you want the upgraded features and you want support, that's another $50 a year. So you're really starting to talk some serious cash for something you're probably not going to get all the use out of. I have a number of colleagues that use Camtasia and swear by it, but I would consider them power users. So let's go back to our options. You also have Screencastomatic and Screencastify. Both of these are definitely something that are more in the realm of the classroom teacher. And in fact, I have Screencastify right up here. It's very easy to use because it's right inside my Google. You click the little red arrow, you choose which options you want to have, which microphones, which cameras, etc., and you hit record. There's also options for using drawing tools and things like that in Screencastify. Now you'll notice I have the unlimited option because, well, I use it a lot. In fact, almost all of my screencasts are done using Screencastify. But the only reason that is because I started with them. It is very easy to use, and I keep it pretty simple. I have other programs when I want to do something more than just a straight screencast. The best way to think about Screencastify is, do I want it perfect or do I want it Tuesday? It is not as powerful, but it's very easy to use. Click, check, click, and you're off and running. And it can be posted to YouTube, Google Drive, but if you want to be able to download that information, you're going to have to pay the upcharge. So very bare bones. There's also some editing capabilities in Screencastify if you step up, and that's okay. But let's talk pricing. Well, it's free and forever. But it's limited to 5-minute recordings. It is allowing you to trim the front and back of the videos, and there are some basic pieces of the puzzle that are easy to use, but it's not very powerful. For $49, you can step up, and now you can merge multiple video clips, crop the recording, so change the size. You get support. You now get the ability to put information over top of those clips. Could be really useful and worthwhile, especially when we show those education discounts, and $50 turns into $30. It is per year, but folks, if you do almost any screencasting at all, I highly recommend this as an investment in your classroom. Many of you may be able to get by here, especially for things like basic directions or introduction videos or students making short presentations. Those are good options, but the time frame here really starts to make this a positive choice. And if your district wishes to make it broad, then you can really put together a menu of choices. Good program, very basic. If you want something that's a little bit more three bears, something that is more just right, then we can start taking a look at Screencastomatic. And Screencastomatic also has a totally free version. Okay, and so the totally free version has so much available to you. But if you go to something that is only $1.65 a month, Now you pick up the recording features, but now you also get to do editing features. You get to add components to it. You get to move clips around. You get moved out beyond how long you can record for. So there's the free option, there's the deluxe option for $165 a month, or for $4 a month, it gets even more options available to you. So for less money, there's kind of a just right place, or there's a free place, or if you really want to step it up for $4 a month, you really get a lot of different options. You'll notice I also have a deluxe plan. That's $36 for 3 years. So very inexpensive. You want to spend $12 a year in your classroom? This is the one to go with. Now, again, for a little bit more a year, you now have even more options. So when we start talking about which one of these do you want to use or not use, it all depends on what you want to do with it. My very much suggestion would be start with Screencastify, very basic, very free, or Screencastomatic, very basic, very free. Both of these companies extended the available time during the pandemic. Now, as those things are removed, as we move into next year, you may have to kind of step up, but then you'll at least know which ones you want to use. The big advantage to Screencastomatic is that you can change the size of your window. You can change how much you wish to record, and you also have a lot more editing tools. I've worked with both of these companies, both in my classroom and beyond my classroom, and they're both great companies for really good price. You're going to get your use out of them, and all of them go together nicely with Google. So we just wanted to take a second and talk about some of the different screencasting options that are out there.